What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dime Dropper 4-minute recap number 80. Congratulations, guys. I appreciate you for being along the ride with me this season, our first full season here at Dime Dropper. 80th recap, and we're back with Clippers against the Rockets, our second matchup this season. We talked about it, the first one very recently when I said Reggie Jackson's been a revelation, when Boogie had his first real game where he made an impact. We'd see more of the same tonight from DeMarcus Cousins. Before we get started, though, please make sure to subscribe on all platforms at YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast, Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify, and, of course, to follow me on all social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Dime Dropper Pod. So, as we said, let's get to the game. Clippers and the Rockets in Houston. Kawhi has been, they're going to rest him for a week. They said Kawhi wants to play, so I'm happy to hear that he really wants to go for it. The organization is being extra cautious. Do I agree? No, but because our team is so well coached and has been so cohesive this season, regardless of who's in, I'm okay with it because I know we're going to get that next man up mentality. I know we're going to get that effort. But tonight it was looking a little lacking. I thought we came out sluggish. I thought we came out like we didn't really want to be there. We came out underestimating them. And I believe that I'm not sure if John Wall played against us last time, but it damn sure felt like we were playing against the John Wall that we hadn't played because this dude came out like Wizards John Wall. And I was a huge fan of Wizards John Wall, but he was hitting that 18-footer contested. He was getting to the rim, getting extra attention that needed from us defensively. And the first quarter was pretty high scoring. It was 37-36 in favor of the Clippers. I thought Paul George came out pretty well. Zubats came out pretty well. Pat Patterson. Luke Kennard wasn't too bad in the beginning. Amir Coffey. And then the second quarter, and especially the third quarter, very sluggish from the Clips. Thought the ball wasn't moving too much. I thought we had a lot of one or zero pass possessions. I thought Reggie Jackson and Paul George took some ill-advised shots, but more so Reggie Jackson because I'm not too mad at shots that Paul George takes, especially when Kawhi doesn't play. But Reggie, 7-17 from the field on the night, 3 of 6 from 3, so that wasn't bad. Paul George, 10 of 27. 3 of 10 from 3, but he was 10 of 10 from the line. And ultimately, he was the one that carried us because Luke Kennard was 2 of 10 as well, 1 of 6 from 3. Nick Batum, 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. The Clippers only shot 40% and 35% from 3 in the game. But because the Rockets are just not very good, we stuck into the game. And our defense wasn't very good at all in the first half. We were getting beat off the dribble. I thought our communication was a bit off. We were just not as fully in sync as normal. But I thought that Boogie was somebody that gave us a really nice lift off the bench. He had some nice post moves, and how I love seeing that. And that's the reason why I thought that getting DeMarcus Cousins was such a nice little ad for the Clips because it gives us that interior scoring presence. Let's say we make it to the finals. Let's say we play Brooklyn. They can't switch everything with Boogie out there. You know what I'm saying? Like with Serge. With Serge, they can switch everything because KD and James Harden can guard Serge in the post because Serge is not a good post player. He doesn't have the jump hook. He doesn't have the running hook. Boogie has more of an arsenal of post moves. He throws his weight in. Sometimes that results in offensive fouls, but I like the bully ball. He was doing that today, and he had some nice pick and pop moments. I'm pretty sure he hit a 3. 1 of 1 from 3, 5 of 7 overall. I really liked what he was giving. And honestly, in the second half, he was giving us some energy on the boards. On the defensive end, we went zone, and I thought that was – our zone looked pretty decent because this Rockets team doesn't shoot well, and they just continue to shoot like idiots. And I think that we did a good job when we went zone. I thought the problems arise when we went to man. But later in the game, we were sticking around. The third quarter was awful, though, for the Clips. 19-11, Houston won that quarter. So – yeah, we only scored 11 points in the third quarter, and it's so funny because the Houston Rockets scored 11 points in the second quarter in the last game we played. And I was talking about it in the clubhouse today, in the Clips house, with some guys, some people on Twitter. And it's just so funny. Karma, I guess, he was talking. One of the fans was talking about how the Rockets only scored 11 points in a quarter, and I guess what goes around comes around. It happened to us tonight. But we were able to come out with the fourth quarter pull away, and I think that's because of Paul George. He isolated on that right elbow, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, whatever you want to call it, style, And, sometimes the thing about Kawhi is why he's been struggling in certain situations late in games for us is he doesn't look like he has those legs on him to pull over people. He's going to get the best primary defender at the end of the game, and he's going to have guys loading up ready to help whenever he takes a couple dribbles. So within one or two dribbles, you either have to get by your guy in a situation like that or rise up over them or get into a spot where you're comfortable rising up over him if you have to move. Like Michael Jordan did so well, like Kobe did so well. That's why you can't load up on those guys. And Paul George, unlike Kawhi, is taller and he has more elevation in his shot. So Paul 2 times in a row just rose up over John Wall and just shot over him like a chair. Nothing but bottom. It was beautiful, especially that it happened late in the game. And then, we started getting a little sloppy. Zubats missed a jump hook, and they came back and made it a little closer. But ultimately, a stupid foul by Jae'Sean Tate on a Paul George sweep through and a stop by us. I think it was Olynyk who shot the 3, a chance to tie the game at the end, and we withstood not really a furious rally, and we won the game. So that's important, and I think Paul George was the player of the game for us tonight. The field goal percentage wasn't great, but he stayed aggressive. He made big shots when they counted, and he got some good rebounds, played some decent defense in the second half. Thought Boogie was our second best player, honestly. He was just awesome. And 5 of 7, 11 points, 8 boards from Boogie. Love seeing him on the roster. Terrence was guarding John Wall late in the game, and he did a much better job. They were running that play where Christian Wood would come set a slip. He would quickly slip off the screen. They were throwing it over the top, having some success with that because John Wall was hitting that mid-range coming off the screen. So he had to throw 2 at him. But Paul George, 10 of 27, 3 of 10 from 3. But he hit the big shots when they counted. The Clippers win it 109-104 in Houston. They move on to 43-19. We're just playing such great basketball right now. And winning without Kawhi just gives them a little bit of rest. Same with Rondo. And I can't wait to get Kawhi and Rondo back next week. So big win. Rockets already eliminated from playoff contention. They suck because Plumber Jim scraped them clean. John Wall, 27 points and 13 assists. Vintage stat line, 2 blocks as well and a steal. 9 of 22 from the field, but 1 of 7 from 3. Too many threes for him, in my opinion. Christian Wood, 24 points and 19 boards. He has a really good habit of just getting stats kind of quietly. He's 8 of 22 from the field. He didn't concern me too much. Kelly Olynyk, 23 and 10, 8 of 13 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, and 5 of 5 from the line. But let's move on to, some different stuff. So Anthony Davis came back yesterday for the Lakers. I didn't really get to see the full game, but he looked a little rusty. And if you're a Clipper fan or a fan of another team, you're like, yep, that's what you want to see. It's going to take some time. If you're a Laker fan, not a big deal. The first game, the thing is they just got to be cautious that they don't lose too much. But I think that just seeing AD get some reps, I guarantee he'll play better next game against Dallas. So I wouldn't be too concerned if I'm a Laker fan. So, yeah, that's it for me tonight, guys, I think. By the way, shout out to the New York Knicks. They've been playing such great basketball lately. The defense, Tom Thibodeau is the coach of the year for me, no questions asked. Julius Randle, the most improved player. He's just been phenomenal this season. So shout out to the Knicks that look like they're going to make the playoffs. And basketball is so much better when the Knicks are good. I love the buzz that they've created this season with the hard work, doing it unconventionally, doing it in an old school fashion on the defensive end. So thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I'm going to go to the live subscribers now. 10-minute recap tonight. We only had really one game to talk about. By the way, shout out to Steph Curry. He's also been on an absolute tear. It's been a historic run. I've very much enjoyed seeing it. And he's trying to make the playoffs for people like myself that's saying, make the playoffs, bro. Like, you're one of the best point guards of all time. Make the playoffs. Draymond Green, it's really all about Draymond Green scoring 8 points or more, honestly, more often than not. But let's see how it plays out. We'll see about tomorrow if I'm going to be live. Likely not, but Sunday, maybe. I mean, I'll be back more live towards the end of the season. I have my video coming out in a couple of weeks, how Kobe won his 2 back-to-back finals. So thanks for joining me with the live chat now. Peace. Okay, I need to address some things before I start. This idiot, somebody's an idiot. Where is he? Stop it. PG clutch, 10 of 27. Stop looking at the field goal percentage, and did you watch the fourth quarter? Because PG made the big shots when they counted. Suck my nuts. Anyway. Chase Maldonado. 1980s is not the best basketball. It was really just the Lakers, Celtics, and Pistons. I wouldn't say that. What about the Philadelphia 76ers? What about the Milwaukee Bucks? What about the Sonics in the early 80s? What about the Suns? You know, that's a casual comment. Again, very casual, very casual. 2000s basketball will always be the best. Nice, very opinionated statement, my friend. I'm from the 2000s. I have a bias towards it. Bullshit. Anyway. Hey, what's up, Edward? I love the Clippers. '90s or 2000s basketball for me, you say. Okay, good clarification. I just like the style of the 80s, and Magic and Bird are just the best ever. No, see, this is the problem with modern fans like you. Stop it. You think I should care about the field goal percentage when we win? The goal of a game is to win. It is not about the field goal percentage. So, yeah. Yeah, that's how basketball works. If you don't care about your field goal percentage during the game, damn, I'm 10 of 25. Maybe I should stop shooting. No, if the best move is for you to shoot the next shot, it's for you to shoot the next shot. Paul George made all the right decisions at the end. We want him to stay aggressive, and he won tonight, and you are sitting behind your computer screen watching me talk about basketball. So there you go. Let's see. I think he's on a second 10-day right now, Boogie, the Lake Show. Claudio Ferri, I like what you're saying here. Clips still win, man. They're building championship DNA, winning games where they don't play well. That's true. I got you, Big Ben. Looking forward to that Kobe video. Thanks, man. Jalid Khan says, man, Cousins is so good. Why not give 25 plus minutes? I think they're trying to see if he can stay in that shape. I mean, I think they're going to try to steadily increase. What's up, Jeremy Morel? Hey, your boy PG has been shutting me up, man. He's been killing it this season. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Lake Show says Leon Rose changed the culture of the Knicks. Good thing Dolan actually hired b-ball peeps to allow them to actually do their job and get out of the way. Reminded me of Jim Buss and worse. Yeah, great comparison, Lake Show. I agree with you on that. And you know what? Lucas, one of our frequent contributors on our production team, and said it in the New York State of Mind episode 5 of my podcast, my whole show before the recaps, said that we hired Leon Rose, and I think that hiring Tibbs may change the culture. And I was like, okay, Lucas, like I know you're trying to be an optimistic Knicks fan, but it's can't believe he was right. Like I don't think he's even expected this. So, yeah. Maniac Lane, I've already talked about the amount of injuries, that the players are poorly trained nowadays. They're overworked by the time they get in the league, and that the short schedule is only exacerbating a situation that our athletes are not as good. They're not getting better and better. They're getting more fragile. Simple as that. By the way, yeah, I agree with you, Lake Show. We need to sign Boogie permanently. Edwin asks, it's Edward. I'm sorry. Edward asks, what do you think of if the Clippers signed Kobe? How would we have won with him? I don't think we would have won the championship with Sterling, man. I just think that Kobe would have been ruined. So I'm happy that he didn't come. Lucas said, I said we were a low seed playoff team. Check the receipts. I think you may have said that too. Would I Maniac Lane? I would not miss the NBA if they had to stop the season. I'd actually I don't want to stop it now because the Clippers. So I would just be mad about it. But I wouldn't miss the NBA at all. I would continue the timeline and actually be ecstatic about it. Chase Maldonado asked, does Rondo and Terrence Mann playing awesome mean less of Pat Bev in the playoffs? That's exactly what it means, and I'm okay with it. All right, last couple. Let's go to 20 minutes. I'm going to cut it off tonight. Actually, no, we'll get to 24. We'll get to 24 minutes. Maxwell, I don't know, man. You know how I feel about the league right now. Michael Taw asked, what's for dinner, Dime? I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out. You're funny, though. Lucas Lyon says, just watch the Knicks. Only team playing real ball. Relax. The Clippers are playing real ball. We're playing real good ball, too. Other than winning a championship for the Clippers, what would be a win for you for the Clippers this season? Conference finals, man. I honestly, Lake Show, as pathetic as this sounds, man, I think I'll like shed tears if we make the conference finals. Like this second round cloud has been hanging over me my whole life. I just want to get out of that second round, man. It's like I pictured the 2015 conference finals, Warriors, Clippers in my head. I pictured the 2020 conference finals, Lakers, Clippers in my head. I pictured the 2006. Nah, not really. We didn't get that close, but I need that, man. I need that so bad. Fave players on the Clips. What's up, Clipton? My favorite player is Rondo first. I'm just always been a fan. Second would be Nick Batum. Third, Terrence. Fourth, Zoo. And then probably Kawhi and Paul. And then Serge. And then Bev. But yeah. Because until PG and Kawhi get us out of the second round, they're still behind the players that have done me no wrong. Rondo has only been amazing. Batum has been fantastic. Terrence has been great. If we had Tibbs instead of Cock Rivers, do you think we would have made the finals? Edward says, you know what? I'm going to say yes. 2015. Actually, I don't know. Probably not. I don't trust Chris Paul like that. Like, I trust him, but not to have beaten 2015 Curry. If you're the GM, what moves are you making to improve the Clips, Lucas asks? None. Don't touch this roster. Let's see how we do. Who's going to beat us this season? Let's see it. Yeah, can you believe it, Michael Todd? Less than 15 games. We're almost done with all these recaps, guys. It's been a pleasure. It's our first full season. Cherish it because I may not be doing this anymore after this year. Not the recaps. I don't know if I'm going to do it. It's going to be a slightly different format next year. Not as much. Let's put it that way. Different content. Which one Lake Show asks, which one player in NBA history or currently that's not on the Clippers would you have liked for them to be a Clipper? Well, I'm not going to pick guys that were like never going to leave their teams like your Tim Duncans of the world. Who do I always want? Rondo and Jamal Crawford were two guys that I wanted on the Clippers so bad. And the fact that we have them is like, I can't even describe it. With Rondo, it's like I can't even describe it. Marc Gasol. I'm not going to lie to you. Marc Gasol. To be honest, not that many people. Like, there aren't that many people. Jimmy Butler, I wanted. At one point when we had Lob City, I really wanted Kevin Garnett just to be like a mentor. But yeah, those are the most I can think of right there. Yeah, Maxwell, I agree with you. I know it'll feel like a weight lifted off our shoulders when we see our first Western Conference Finals, man. I want it so bad. That second round cloud, oh my God, it's hung over me, man. I just want to stop seeing those memes. I want to stop seeing get to a conference final, 0 conference final. I can't. Joseph C., you ask, what changes do you make to the Clippers roster in the offseason if we don't make the finals? It depends how it goes wrong. So I only have to talk about it how it goes wrong. Thoughts on Kevin Durant, Maniac Lane? That's very broad. What do you think? Come on. You know what I think of him. People know on this show what I think of him. I did want Sam Cassell over Ty, and I'll take my L, I guess. Ty's proved that he's been amazing. Who are my dark horses for this postseason? The Miami Heat, the Celtics. That's about it, though. Like, I don't think any other team really. Honestly, don't count out Luka having a crazy playoff run. But you never know. Yep, Clifton said it best. I think we have the best constructed team in both coaching staff and players. It's just going to be up to our 2 stars to step it up. Chase Maldonado says AD is the key. If he's 100%, I personally don't see them not coming out of the West, but hey, that's why they play the games. Excited for playoffs around the corner. Yes, right. You're back. How have you been, my friend? I'm good. How are you? The Lake Show. Butler. Love his mentality. The brother literally morphed himself into a good player than just a subpar 3 and D guy. Literally definition of an underdog. I agree. Oh, I'll give you another one I wanted. Darren Collison, and we got him. Yeah, that was dope. You don't know what I think of Kevin Durant? I think he's extremely uncompetitive. He has taken LeBron's strategy to the next level. It deserves little people glorify him for being better than he actually is because of the talent that he is, but don't see what that actually produces on the court, how he doesn't have crazy scoring performances because he's just like he's just such a casual and great scorer, but like he doesn't like to explode. He doesn't like to take your throat off, cut your throat, take your neck off or whatever. He took the easy way out. And he's an incredible player. I love watching him play. He's super talented. Doesn't mean anything for me, though, at the end of the day because of how he took the way out. So there you go. There's your Kevin Durant. Depends on the first round matchup, Lucas says, about the Knicks. If we get the Celtics, I think that series goes to 7. Chase Maldonado says, KD said the reason he wanted to the Warriors is to make their legacy great because they had no legacy before he got there. Yeah, he is a clown. Jamal Murray, hope you feel better, man. What do you think of the Knicks? They can make some teams in the East have a bad time. I guess you could say the Knicks are a dark horse. I just don't see them winning a first-round series. It's impressive enough that they're going to even make the play-in. It's second impressive enough they're going to make the playoffs. But yeah. I believe KD makes – that's a great question here. And this is why LeBron's at fault. Do you believe Kevin Durant makes the Golden State move if LeBron never went to Miami? Zero chance. Because of that tweet, he said nobody want to compete anymore. He was, I think he was about that action. And then when he saw what LeBron did at his expense, well, whatever, the era changed. And he tweeted about it too. Someone asked, what changed about that tweet? And he goes, the era. So that tells you everything you need to know. How impressive is Russell Westbrook averaging a triple-double for 3 straight years? Very impressive. But still doesn't make him a top blank point guard of all time. Chase Maldonado says, hope to see you at Clippers-Lakers. No, I'm going to be at the first round, and we'll see what happens then. How far do you think the Suns go? Second round, Clipton. Lake Show asks, yes, Mania friend. Oh. Yes, KD's sensitive. Extremely. Comments on, like, he's so sensitive. As you can see, he left Brooklyn because he cared what people thought about his Golden State move. Draymond spilled the beans on him. He's sensitive, but that's it for me tonight, guys. Steph is not MVP because even though he's having an MVP caliber season, if he wins MVP, I'm going to be even more livid because that means that 06 Kobe 1,000% should have won. So, because I've seen people on social media saying Steph is not better than Kobe. Yeah, because he's not. Anybody that thinks he is delusional. And just being a fanboy, favoritism of this era. All right. Oh, is better? Yeah, well, they're stupid. Anyway, all right. Peace out, guys.